Let's look at some tricks on how to change fonts in Microsoft Word 2019. If we use our left mouse click and drag over the area that we would like to change, we can change the font size as well as the font type. I'm going to click away for a second and do that one more time. So left mouse click, drag over. Now watch what happens. We see a little submenu pop up if we don't move the mouse away. And we can choose the drop down and pick any of these different fonts that we'd like. We can also make changes to the size simply by hitting the drop down and change the size. But here's a trick. You can click on the decrease font size without having to click on the drop down. You can watch the font size decrease or increase. And what's really nice about this is it allows us to pick the size we want if we don't know what size that is. Now we can see the same menu if we don't see that submenu, maybe because we clicked away too quickly, over in the Home tab on the left-hand side. And so we can make those same kinds of changes simply by choosing the font that we'd like. Now we can also choose the drop down here and choose the size and make it smaller again. Now what if we want to make this font really big? We can choose 72, which is nice, but that's as big as it shows up. So what if we want bigger than that? Well, that's simple. Just go ahead and type in whatever size you'd like. I'm going to choose 85 just as a random number. And look at that, it changes to 85. And of course, if I go too big, something like 150, we'll see it's going right off the page. But maybe that's something that you want. You can scroll down and see it. So if I hit the drop down once again, we go back to relatively smaller size. There we go. There's our font. Let's say, oh, I made a mistake. Just go to the undo in the upper left, and you can see it large again. And we can see the undo. If we hit the drop down, there's lots of different undos that we've done. It saves up to, what we see here, we see a lot of different actions. It shows 66 actions right here. And we can also do a redo as well. And that is our tips and tricks for changing the fonts in Microsoft Word 2019.